Greetings everyone and welcome to EEX2020 Issues and Trends in Special Education. I'm excited to be working and learning with you this term. My name is Celicia Wallace, your instructor. My role will be to facilitate the learning process. I will also serve as a resource for you on this learning journey. My goal is your success. I'm hoping that you will find this course to be a positive and beneficial learning experience. All communication will take place within this Canvas site. If you have questions or concerns, please use the Canvas inbox to send me a message. My goal is also to respond to you within a 24-hour period of time. Of course, this does not include weekends or holidays. The time frame there may be just a bit longer. Please remember to complete the orientation where you will be able to read my elevator pitch and learn a bit more about my journey, my philosophy on teaching, as well as some other fun facts. I do have a professional Florida teaching certificate, and I have 16 or so years in the field of education, which is comprised of time in the K-12 sector, the military and government, as well as higher education. There are a few key tips for success in this course. The first thing I would recommend is that you read everything very carefully. In my experience, most questions have already been answered in the course orientation, the syllabus, or in directions provided throughout the course. My goal is to be as transparent by providing you with all the critical information you'll need to be successful in this course. However, I also encourage you to ask questions as well. I will do my best to provide you with structure and guidance, but despite my best intentions, sometimes mistakes may happen. I'm hoping that you will let me know if there are any problems or anything that may help you or help other students. That helps me to continually improve the course. At certain points along the 12 weeks, I will be asking for your feedback as well. To be successful in this class, you'll also need to apply yourself. I believe that true learning only occurs through active participation and deliberate and critical thinking. You are required to do both in this class. Finally, plan your time. Many of us work full-time jobs and we have obligations outside of this course. Organizing your time is vital to your success. It is necessary to meet class due dates along with all the other commitments we have as well. I don't believe in excuses. If there are extenuating circumstances or rare exceptions, that's okay. I expect you to reach out to me and let me know, but not as a rule. Let's take a minute or so to just take a quick tour of the online classroom. This course is organized in weekly modules. They are in fact your roadmap to the content and expectations each week. What you'll expect to find in each module is an overview page, learning resources, a wrap-up of the learning content for the week, and then graded activities. I've done my best to divide these activities into categories, so there will be opportunities for you to work as a group, to have an exchange of ideas, independent work, as well as weekly reflections. There are a lot of learning resources contained in this course, including web resources, videos, interviews, articles, as well as the IRIS Center modules. Let's take a quick look at what the IRIS Center is. So the IRIS Center is supported by the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Special Education Programs. It's located at Vanderbilt University's Peabody College. IRIS stands for Innovative Resources for Instructional Success. These materials were developed in collaboration with nationally recognized researchers and education experts. It's free online resources that address instructional and classroom issues of critical importance to today's educators. That includes you and me. Some of the topics include classroom behavior management, universal design, and just so much more. Let's take a few minutes to look at how the modules or the information in the modules is organized within Canvas and your options for accessing the content. So we're going to just link out here to the course. Here's the home page. What I've done is included a grid here at the bottom of the home page. You'll notice that each module here is listed along with the corresponding dates. So feel free to select the module that we are working in for that week, and that takes you right to the content. The other option you have is to go here on the left hand side. You'll see a link there to all of the modules. That link will take you to an outline view. So here is the Getting Started orientation module, module 1, and so forth. Another important tool you'll need to know how to navigate is the IRIS modules. As I just mentioned, let's take a look at where that information is located. So here we are at the Getting Started course orientation. There is a page included in the orientation that tells you how to navigate the IRIS Star Legacy modules. That is the title for the module content. It'll show you how to, a step-by-step guide in how to move through and progress through each of the weekly topics. You're required to complete an independent project for this course. Here's just the assignment at a glance. It's comprised of two parts. The first part being to conduct an informational interview. You have a few options in who you choose to interview, including a general education classroom teacher who works with students that receive exceptional education services, or you may choose to interview an ESE support teacher who works specifically with students receiving ESE services. You also have the option to interview an ESE placement specialist. That is someone that works at the district level and is assigned to several schools. And finally, you may choose to interview a school-based administrator. That would be a principal or an assistant principal or a dean at a public school. The second part of the assignment you're required to do is a reflection. That reflection will be based on the conversation you have with the professional that you have chosen to interview. This assignment is not due anytime soon. However, because it does take time to organize, plan, and manage the details, you'll need to start thinking about it now. Of course, I will be providing additional details, including resources and rubrics and samples and information on how to get started and how to progress through the activity. But we'll talk more about this in the next coming weeks. Thank you again for taking time to watch this welcome and overview video. Again, I am thrilled that you're here, and I am looking forward to meeting and working with you this term. Thanks.